What's good, everyone? It's a chilled Sunday in Thailand right now, and I was supposed to be going out with my family, but I started to journal, and one page after another, like 8 pages deep, I had basically reflected on the concept of identity and how it's played a significant, if not 99% of the role in my ability to create my own version of success and reach the desired goals that I'd set for myself. Because understanding identity, what it is, how to create and how to shift identity, is the one thing that is going to help you to create lasting success in your life. So if you've made the decision to click on this video because you want to break the habit of being yourself and stop self-sabotaging, making progress and then reverting to your old ways, please eliminate all distractions, because understanding this one concept, I know I say this a lot, but truly understanding this one concept will change your fucking life, bro. Okay? And it might be like a bit of a slow tempo video, like I've said in the past, my videos are raw, I don't do loads of edits and all that shit. So you're gonna have to fucking pay attention. You're gonna have to move your phone away, maybe put it in another room, because I'm gonna be going through kind of some summaries from all of the notes that I've written today. I have my journal here because I don't want to miss anything, you know? Sometimes I'll be doing a video and I'll reflect back on that video and I'm like, I missed that point, I missed that point. I don't really want to miss much on this. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a slow tempo video. So, as titled, why you keep going back to your old ways, the identity trap. Okay, so there's many times on my journey where I've made a lot of progress. And by the way, when I say progress, I mean this universally. You know, you could have a lot of different goals to me. It could be fitness, spirituality, relationships, business, your career, your income, whichever kind of segments within your life you want to make progress in, you can kind of make your own assumptions on that, all right? So I'm going to talk about my personal experiences, but whilst I'm doing and recording this video and you're listening to this, think about your goals, okay? Think about what you are looking to achieve in life. So, like I said, there's been many times on my journey where I've made a lot of progress and it's almost like I unconsciously start to self-sabotage and I fall back to my old ways of familiar, okay? Where I feel comfortable. And the reason why is because I hadn't shifted my identity, right? And I'm gonna be talking to you about what identity is, how to shift it and all of that sort of stuff. Before we dive into the idea behind identity, I want to give you this quote by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Okay, you cannot change your personal reality with the same personality. Okay, and your personality is made up of your thoughts, experiences, beliefs, feelings. That's essentially what creates your personality. Okay, your sense of being, and your personality creates your personal reality. So in order to change your personal reality, you must become a different person. Okay, you must change your personality. Now, there are certain times, okay, where you can change aspects of your personal reality without changing your personality. But a lot of the times it's very short-lived, okay? And I'm going to talk to you about my personal experience with this, and we'll dive a little bit deeper into this topic and equip you with the tools on how you can start to change your personal reality by first changing your identity, okay, your personality. So there is a caveat, okay? Like I said, you can take action towards your goals, but if you're taking those actions from the same personality, i.e., you are just doing the movements, right? You're living in the physical realm and you're taking those actions, but you still have the same beliefs, okay, the same thoughts on a daily basis, the same feelings, you're going to struggle to make progress, bro. Okay, you can do the actions, right? You can do the reps, you can do the work, but if you're not doing it with the right intentions, okay, if you're not doing it from the right state of being, sense of being, you're going to struggle to make progress. And in fact, you may make the progress, but you might find that you fall back to your old ways or you self-sabotage. And the reason why is because you took those actions from the same personality. You didn't shift your identity. You were the same fucking person, bro. Okay, so if the same person takes actions towards his goals, living in the physical realm, you might fucking make some progress, okay? Doing certain actions is sometimes going to lead to certain outcomes, whether or not you're feeling in alignment, Okay, so you can have a guy that takes certain actions, i.e., let's say, for example, fitness, right? If you have certain fitness goals and you struggle to be consistent, i.e., turn up at the gym when you need to turn up, eat the right fucking foods, you might find that, oh, you get this whim of motivation, you know, this wave of motivation, or fucking the new year, new me type of people, right? They start the gym in fucking January. Okay, they get the discount that the gym's offering because the gyms know how fucking psychology works, and all these people have these crazy goals when it comes to new year, new me, right? They start going to the gym, they get a few weeks in, maybe a month in, maybe 2 months in, and then the consistency starts to fucking fizzle out. And that's because they didn't change that identity. They're operating from the same sense of being. Okay, they're taking the actions, but they're using willpower and discipline to do those actions. Okay, because when going to the gym and being a healthy person is part of your identity, a lot of the times, guys, you don't need willpower and you don't need discipline because it's part of who you fucking are. Okay, let's take Anthony Joshua for example, right? If you're not familiar with who he is, he's, you know, a heavyweight boxer in the UK, former world champion, all that sort of stuff, right? Do you fucking think, guys, that he wakes up in the morning or you know, on any day of the week and thinks, oh, for fuck's sake, I've got to go work out, and he doesn't work out? No, okay, because it's part of his fucking identity. He's acting in alignment with a world-class athlete because that's who he believes himself to be. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But I want to talk about the identity trap, right? And why I even call it a trap. Because by definition, a trap is a situation that keeps you enclosed, right? It keeps you defenseless. It kind of encloses you and keeps you remaining in the same place. There's a lot of different ways that you can kind of explain that. But by definition, it's designed to catch and retain you. Similar to what your identity can do, right? If you are taking actions towards your goals, you're making progress, and you're doing it from the same personality, you still have the same beliefs, and maybe you feel unworthy of the progress that you've made, or it just doesn't feel comfortable to you, that's because A, you haven't shifted your identity, and your identity is going to trap you and bring you back into what feels familiar and comfortable. And that's why, guys, if you're making progress in the gym, you maybe have a couple of weeks of being consistent, eating good foods, you start to fall back into your old ways because that's what's familiar and comfortable to you. And you still feel like that person. Okay, you haven't done the additional work on your mindset to shift your personality into becoming one that is in alignment with that healthy and fit, exercised person that consistently goes to the gym. Okay, so the thing is with this trap as well is it's a little bit different to a regular trap. Okay, because let's say, for example, you're an animal, right? You get trapped in an animal trap in the middle of a jungle. That animal is aware that they are in a trap. They can see the fucking four walls around them, and they know, okay, I've fucked up. There's no way I'm getting out of this. The difference between that kind of trap and an identity trap is that you don't know you're in a fucking trap, bro. You're completely fucking unconscious because the majority of your identity is created in the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is far more powerful than your conscious mind. Okay, your conscious mind is essentially your ability to think and conceptualize thoughts within your mind, right? So you're looking at a fucking cup on the side, on the kitchen top, and you see, okay, that's a fucking cup. You're conscious of these things, right? Your subconscious mind is the larger forces at play, and you're not even aware of the kind of thoughts and beliefs that you have within that. So there are certain exercises and things you do to enter the subconscious mind. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about how we can, you know, include the subconscious mind in the effort to shape a new identity. We're going to probably talk about that a little bit later on in this video. But by now, you have a little bit more of an understanding of, you know, kind of what an identity is and how it's trapping you, right? Your identity is essentially your sense of being. It's how you define yourself. And it's a collection of your past experiences, beliefs, and just perceptions of reality, right? It's who you believe yourself to be. So if you believe yourself to be a lazy motherfucker who doesn't go to the gym and eats like shit, you're going to act in alignment with those beliefs. Everyone acts in alignment with their identity. If you believe yourself to be a very disciplined motherfucker who makes a lot of money, okay, who exercises, who values his health, You're going to act in alignment with that guy because it's who you believe yourself to be. And I'll tell you now, guys, like, there's been times in my fucking journey where I've not been consistent with the gym and stuff like that. And there's been times where I've been very consistent with the gym. And the times where I've been very consistent with the gym are the times where I don't wake up and feel like I need to conjure up a lot of willpower and discipline to go to the gym, because it's part of my identity. It's who I believe to be. Oh, I'm going to the gym because that's who the fuck I am. I'm a healthy motherfucker who values health and fitness. I want a strong body because a strong body creates a strong mind. And those are the beliefs that I conjure up within my mind. Okay, and over time, with repetition, it's going to form a new identity within your subconscious mind. Because guys, this journey is not going to be fucking easy. I tell you now, creating a new identity was one of the most challenging things, and is one of the most challenging things that people can go through. Because you are reconditioning the mind. You are rewiring the subconscious mind after years and years and years of fucking programming. Okay, so you need to create new thoughts. You need to create new beliefs. You need to create new experiences within your personal reality to make a shift in your personality. Okay, so let's move on. So, like I said, the identity trap will bring you back into the familiar. It will bring you back into what feels comfortable to you. So you need to raise what feels comfortable. You need to raise your comfort zone. So let me talk to you a little bit about the analogy behind the thermostat. And I love this one. You know, since I first learned this analogy and I really kind of, you know, took action in my life and just, you know, took action on this wisdom, I wanted to share it ever since. You know, I've shared it with family members, I've shared it with friends, and it's something that has made such a profound impact in my life. So I want to share it with you guys. So the idea behind a thermostat, you know, a thermostat that you would have in your house, right? You set the thermostat to a certain temperature. So I want to have all the rooms in my house set to 25 degrees. If the temperature within that room falls below or above that set temperature of 25 degrees, the thermostat is designed to bring it back to that 25 degree standard that you had set, right? Similar to a thermostat, an identity, if you begin to rise above what you think is comfortable in your life or below, it's going to bring you back to where you feel comfortable. Okay, so this can work both ways, guys. Let's take, I'll take myself as an example, right? So I had a goal in the past where I wanted to hit $10,000 a month. And I hit that goal. This was going back 2-3 years ago, right? I hit that goal of hitting $10,000 a month, and it didn't feel fucking right because I felt comfortable earning, you know, $3,000 to $5,000 a month. So when I hit $10,000 a month, guys, I fucking self-sabotaged. I was looking for reasons and ways of bringing myself back to that level of comfort. And this was all subconscious, by the way. I didn't realize I was doing this. Obviously, in hindsight and reflecting on my journey, I'd realized that is exactly why that had happened. But I'd hit that goal of $10,000 a month. I didn't feel fucking comfortable. And I just started to have thoughts like, oh, you know, maybe all of these clients are going to leave me, this. And what I was essentially doing is my internal thermostat was trying to bring me back to where I felt comfortable. So similar to a thermostat, an identity is essentially your internal thermostat. So what we need to do as humans on the journey to change, on the journey to progression, is we need to raise our internal thermostat so that we can, when we make progress and when we do create positive changes in our lives, we're not going to revert back to those old ways. And like I said, guys, you can take action towards your goals and materialize success in the form of outcomes. But if you haven't changed your personal reality, if you haven't raised your internal thermostat to meet the outcomes that you've achieved, your identity is going to reel you back in, okay? It's going to trap you into what feels familiar to you. And this is why, guys, this is why you self-sabotage, because you haven't fucking changed your personality, okay? You're trying to create a new personal reality from the same fucking person, and it doesn't work like that. And when you understand the concept behind identity shifting and creating your own personal reality in alignment with what you want from life, it's like a fucking game, guys, okay? And where's my phone? I'm going to walk you through, let me walk you through an exercise you can do on a day-to-day basis, because there's many ways that you are there's many things and exercises that you can do to start to shift your identity and create your ideal personal reality. And I'm going to walk you through one that has helped me the most. Okay. Throughout my journey, after understanding this concept and working with mentors that had kind of, exposed me to this information, there's an exercise that you can do, and it's essentially creating like a day in the life manifesto. So what you guys are going to do first, actually, let me fucking rewind that shit. Before you start to think about who you fucking want to be and the identity you want to create, you first have to understand where you're at right fucking now. So you have to understand the current aspects of your identity. And like I said, your identity is a collection of your beliefs, experiences, paradigms around life. And it's essentially made up from your personality, which is made up from your thoughts, actions, and feelings. Okay, so you have to understand, have a really fucking strong understanding, guys, of what you think on a day-to-day basis, how you feel, how you act, and then also start to unpack, okay, I think, act, and feel this way because of the beliefs that I have. And I've done a video on the different stages of self-awareness. So if you haven't watched that, definitely go back and watch that. It was my most recent video. And this will enable you to understand the different stages of self-awareness and what you need to understand in order to be able to facilitate change in your life. Once you understand the aspects of your current identity and the aspects that you do not like, you can begin to, have fun with your imagination and begin to design your dream identity, the person you want to become. Okay, because ultimately, guys, before you become that person in the physical realm, you need to first become that person in your mind. Okay, I'm sure you've heard the saying, in order to become that person, you first need to, in order to achieve the goals, you first need to become that person, right? And it's fucking true. And I tell you this, right? Some of you may be trying to fucking catch me out and think, oh, well, there are some people that might not be living in alignment. They might not have a great identity, but they have achieved the goal that I want. Let's take the example of like a millionaire or billionaire, right? Who's successful on paper, but they feel like fucking shit and they actually hate their life. Or a person who wins the lottery, right? They instantly materialize financial success, but because they have the identity of the person before winning the lottery, okay, maybe middle class or someone who's poor, that's why the majority of people who win the lottery end up broke again. Because they hadn't built the skill set and identity of a wealthy person to maintain and multiply that financial success. They reverted back to their old ways of where they felt comfortable, or they just overly spent money. So there's a lot of different elements to that, but that's essentially why, in order to change your fucking physical reality, the circumstances, environment in your life, you first have to become a completely different person. You can't change from the same person. Okay, so reflecting back on my old journey, that's kind of what happened to me. I'd made a lot of progress in certain times and I would just self-sabotage because I didn't feel worthy of success. And my internal thermostat was still that of a low-income earner or someone who doesn't feel worthy of the success. And I, in a sense, had to give myself permission to succeed, okay? Because there was a lot of conditioning that happened in my childhood. I come from a poor family. We didn't have any fucking money growing up and all that sort of shit. I still had a roof over my head. I had a very loving, there was elements of, a loving family when I was younger. So I had a lot more than what other people had. But essentially when it came to like money and success and all that sort of stuff, there was no evidence of that throughout my childhood. So on my journey, I had to go through some serious fucking rewiring of my subconscious mind and the belief systems that I had grown up around to be able to even conceptualize earning a lot of money online, because there was no evidence of that. And that's the beauty of the life that I've created, because I fucking created it. Okay? And this is why you guys, you don't want to win the fucking lottery, guys. Okay? You don't want to make a fucking $1 million off crypto, off of clicking a few fucking buttons, because ultimately you didn't have to exchange any fucking value to get that. Okay? You didn't have to build a person worthy of achieving that. And when you really understand that concept, like some of you guys might be on the other side of the screen watching this video and think, I would like to have $1 million from crypto, from clicking buttons. And so would I. you know, but ultimately, like, it, in the grand scheme of things, like, it's better to go the road of really building that person and becoming that person before you achieve that success, because that's really where the fulfillment lies. Okay, because if you suddenly become successful without any exchange of value or skill or hard work, it's not going to intrinsically feel valuable to you. It's not going to mean anything. Okay, you're not going to feel that true sense of achievement and accomplishment because you had to do fucking nothing to get it. So, yeah. So understanding the concept of the fact that you are always going to act in alignment with your identity is going to be very liberating, because if that's the case, you now have responsibility and accountability to go ahead and shift into a new identity. Because if you know that you have a shit identity right now, maybe you don't feel worthy, maybe you don't have belief in yourself that you can achieve the goals that you would like to achieve. Okay, maybe you feel lazy, maybe you feel overweight. And a lot of the times, guys, your feelings are based on facts and evidence in your life. So if you feel lazy, if you feel broke, you probably are lazy and fucking broke. Because let's be fucking real, guys. You know, I've talked about this concept in the past. The work instills the worth. If you do the fucking work, you will feel worthy. And over time, you're going to stack a lot of wins and you're going to start to shift your personality. So there's a lot of different ways that you can fucking create your identity, and there's not a one-dimensional route that everyone goes down. You'll find that there's a lot of different people that talk a lot about a lot of different concepts online. I'm talking to you about the concepts that have worked for me. Okay? So, yeah, let's move on. So your identity is shaped by beliefs, experiences, and perceptions that form your sense of self. So moving on to, you know, the daily manifesto, what I had spoken to you about a moment ago, and the exercise that I'd implemented in my life that enabled me to shift my identity and create my own version of success. Okay, so I'm actually going to walk you through my current daily manifesto. Now, I don't do this exercise as much as I used to, because my identity is now kind of consciously shaped into the identity that I want, and I don't necessarily have to, it's more habitual for me, right? It's kind of become my own sense of being, and I don't have to remind myself every day of the person I want to be, because I know exactly who the fuck I want to be, and I act in alignment with that person. But as you're starting out, as you're learning the concept behind identity shifting and all that sort of stuff, you're going to create a daily manifesto, right? So you're going to write a document on the person that you want to be, the thoughts that you want to have, what your day in the life looks like, how this person believes himself to be, the actions you take, and the life that you're experiencing. But there's a catch. You're not going to write this manifesto as if, you know, it's something you want to achieve in the future. You're going to write it in the first person as if you have already achieved it, bro. Because like I said, in order to achieve the thing or become that person in the physical realm, you must first become that person in the mind. So we're not going to be writing, I want to feel like this, or I want to think like this. You're going to be writing, I think like this and I feel like this, as if it's your current fucking reality. And the title of my vision is usually my current reality. I'm reinforcing the belief that this is who I am. This is who I am currently. So you're going to read this document first thing in the morning and last thing in the evening. And the reason why we do that is because first thing in the morning and last thing in the evening is when your brain waves transition from theta to alpha waves, or alpha to theta if you're in the evening, right? So this is the time when your subconscious mind is most malleable to new information. And if, like I said earlier, if the subconscious mind is what creates most of our sense of self, our identity, then that means we need to penetrate the subconscious mind and begin to rewire the inner makings of that. Okay, so when it comes to creating your vision document, right, I can do another video on this, but I'm just going to kind of briefly go over it. Like I said, you want to create it as if it's the ideal day in your life. Like if you really sit down and think, guys, about the ideal life you want to live, the lifestyle you want to lead, and who that fucking person is without any limitations. And let me tell you this, guys, before I move on to this, you need to fucking understand this. Okay, you need to understand this one principle before you go into creating your daily manifesto, is that you cannot write your vision from your low energy self that you are right fucking now. Okay, you need to elevate your fucking senses. You need to elevate your frequency and become fucking inspired in your mind before you write your vision. Because what's going to happen is if you're feeling shit right now and you go ahead and write your vision, you're not going to be inspired. You're going to write low level shit and it's not going to be what you truly fucking want because you're going to be writing it from a limited mindset. Okay, so what I want you to do before you go ahead and create this vision, I want you to do shit that's going to raise your frequency. Okay, I want you to go to the gym. I want you to listen to positive fucking music. Okay, I want you to do a bit of journaling, understand your sense of self, understand your current flaws, understand the aspects of your current reality that are holding you back. I want you to get in a good fucking state. Channel some gratitude. Just fall in love with the idea of imagination. Like guys, truly, it may sound cliche, but you can create the life that you fucking want. And the reason you're living your current life right now is because you fucking designed it, bro. You are exactly where you deserve to be in life. And it can be a hard fucking concept to grasp. And it can feel painful. And you might be calling me a fucking dick right now. But you are exactly where you deserve to be in life, bro. And there's obviously certain scenarios that are out of our control that can cause people to be in certain circumstances in life, which are very fucking unfortunate. But a lot of the times, guys, like, you're not defined by what happens to you. You're defined by how you fucking react to it. Okay? And there are circumstances in life that can come upon you that are not fucking ideal, and they put you at a disadvantage. But it's up to you how you decide to fucking approach that, bro. Are you going to sit there and be a fucking victim to your circumstances and continue living a shit life where you don't feel fucking fulfilled? Or are you going to fucking do something about it? Are you going to do something about it? Are you going to take accountability and hold yourself responsible for the fucking physical reality that you live in right now and achieve your goals? Or are you going to sit there and say, why me, why me? Because that's not me, bro. And it has been me. Okay, so I'm talking from transparency. I'm talking from experience. I want you to fucking win, bro. I want you to feel a sense of fucking purpose, a sense of drive. And I get fucking goosebumps saying this right now because I know where I was way back then. I know how fucking lost and lonely I felt because I didn't have a true sense of self. I didn't know who I wanted to fucking be. Or there's another spectrum, there's another side of it where I knew who I wanted to fucking be, but I didn't act in alignment with that person, bro. And you know how fucking shit that makes you feel? When you have the knowledge, you have the information, but you still don't act in alignment. Do you know what that does? That fucking destroys your self-confidence. Because you know what you need to do, but you don't fucking do it. And that's probably why you feel so fucking shit right now, because you know you need to go to the gym, but you don't fucking go to the gym. You know you need to eat healthy, but you keep eating fucking dessert every day. Chocolates, brownies, crisps. Even that food in and of itself is low frequency food. It's going to make you feel like shit. Your body, the chemical makeup of your fucking organs, right? You're going to feel lethargic. You're going to feel low energy. And to be honest with you guys, like, if you're feeling like that, if you have cultivated this state of being where you're just consuming fucking shit, like physically, but also TV, like consumption isn't just what you put in your mouth. Consumption is, you know, the information that you also consume, the people that you hang around with, the environments that you choose to put yourself in. If you're cultivating those environments and those experiences, and that leads to you feeling like shit, like no wonder you can't make any progress in your life. Because if you feel like shit, you act like shit. And if you feel and act like shit, you're going to think like shit. And like I've told you before, your thoughts, feelings, and actions create your sense of being. They create your personality. And your personality creates your personal reality. So you can probably start to see now how all of this is coming together. Okay? So let me move on to... we've gone through the thermostat. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So I'm going to move on to the daily manifesto now. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my daily manifesto right now. And it changes, guys. Like, your vision will adapt over time. You will have one vision. You might start to living in alignment with that vision and achieve that vision or elements of that vision. And it might change. and allow it to change. Like the vision you write right now might change next month. It might change in 6 months. Okay. And mine changes quite regularly, because when you're on the journey to self-improvement and fucking self-mastery, you're going to start to uncover certain elements of your life, your beliefs, your paradigms that need rewiring, that need improving. No matter what stage you're at in your fucking journey, no matter how successful you think you are, no matter how much you think you've mastered your self-sense, your mindset, everyone has their different challenges. Everyone has the different steps that they need to take to continuously to adapt. Okay, so my daily manifesto sounds a little bit like this. I'm not going to walk through all of it because obviously some of it's pretty personal to me, but like I said, the title is My Current Reality, and I read this when I wake up and before I go to bed. Okay, because your subconscious mind is most malleable to information during these times. My inner conversations are the unseen forces shaping my very reality. I must choose carefully how to react to facts and events in my 3D world, because it's not what happens to me in life that matters, it's how I choose to react. And guys, I don't want you to take my vision and fucking write my vision down as your vision, because my vision isn't your vision. I cultivate my vision and my daily manifesto based on the things that I need to work on in my current reality, in my current personal reality. Okay, so your current personal reality looks a lot different to my current personal reality. So you need to write a vision and a manifesto that is in alignment with the person that you want to be. And don't think about, you know, sometimes people go too far ahead. They think about like the very end goal. Like just think a few steps ahead, bro. Don't like, if you're fucking dead broke right now, you're fat as fuck and you're just being super lazy and you're not doing anything to progress in business or in your career, don't write on your vision, I'm in a private jet, like all this fucking bullshit. Like, you need to get out of your current way right now, and that's only a few steps ahead. So don't think too far ahead. And even to that point, like you can just have multiple visions. You can have your 3 to 6 month vision. You can have your 12-month vision. You can have your 10-year vision. Like however the fuck you want to do it, there's not a specific way to do it, but just like understand that point, right? So every moment, this is my vision, every moment spent feeling the emotions of my old self is a moment wasted. Let go of the how and surrender to faith. The universe has chosen an extraordinary life for me and my family. I feel grateful for the vision and purpose that God has bestowed upon me. Like there's just certain things that I'm writing here, and I'm also putting my reasons why, okay? A guiding inspiration for my siblings. I have a responsibility to show my siblings what is possible. I'm the one they look up to. I come from a family of 6, you know. I am the one that inspires them to achieve their own unique versions of greatness. I have a true fucking sense of purpose, guys. Like, I have a lot of whys that give me the drive in the actions and things that I do on a day-to-day basis. And I remind myself of those whys on a daily basis, okay? I remind myself of the person that I want to be, the feelings that I want to feel, the thoughts that I want to think, the actions I need to take, the behaviors I need to adopt, the beliefs that I need to have. Okay, because I understand that in order to change my personal reality, I have to change who I am. I have to change the way that I think, feel, and act. And that's what makes up your identity, guys. And that is what I wanted to share with you today, because, like I said, you are only going to ever achieve, your standards that are in alignment with your current identity, your internal thermostat. You're only going to act in alignment with your current identity. So in order to create the life of your fucking dreams, bro, all you have to do is give yourself permission and have the imagination to think about the guy that you want to fucking be and the lifestyle that you want to live. It's as simple as that, bro. It's simple, but it's not easy. Okay, don't get it twisted. So guys, if you have any questions, you know, pop them down in the comment section on YouTube, or just drop me a DM on Instagram. Like, I want to fucking help people, man. I want this whole concept behind identity changed my fucking life. And it was taught to me by a past mentor. So I know the effect that just sharing this information can have with you is going to be positive. All right, peace out, guys.